In sports, there are moments that challenge everything we think we know, moments that create ripples throughout an entire industry and transform how we view competition itself. What happened with Charlie Woods is exactly one of those moments. Picture a typical tournament day, pristine greens under brilliant sunshine, cameras capturing every moment, spectators lining the fairways. Then, in an instant, everything changes. A single decision sends shockwaves through the golf community. Social media ignites within minutes. Major sports networks scramble to cover the story within hours. And within days, the entire golf establishment is forced to respond. What makes this story particularly compelling is the person at its center, Charlie Woods, son of Tiger Woods. This isn't a rebel trying to make headlines. This is someone who was supposed to embody golf's traditions. Someone with everything to lose, to appreciate the significance of what happened. You need to understand who Charlie Woods is beyond his famous last name. Charlie was born into golf royalty. But unlike many children of celebrities who reject their parents' paths, he embraced the sport wholeheartedly. By age 12, analysts weren't just comparing him to other junior golfers, they were comparing him to his father at the same age. The pressure was immense. Every swing analyzed, every result scrutinized, every mistake magnified because of his surname. Yet Charlie handled it with remarkable composure. He practiced relentlessly, showed respect to everyone, and followed every rule meticulously. He was, by all accounts, the model junior golfer. Charlie's accomplishments at 15 years old. Charlie has achieved remarkable success, ranked 9th in the American Junior Golf Association AJGA, won his first AJGA tournament at the team. Tailor-made invitation, made his first hole-in-one. At the PNC Championship, led his high school team to the Florida State Championship with a clutch birdie on the final hole. College scouts from Stanford, Florida State, and other elite programs were competing for his commitment. Brand partnerships were emerging. The PGA Tour was already discussing his future potential. Then came the incident that would change everything. During a major junior tournament, Charlie was paired with another competitor in what should have been a routine round. However, his playing partner began making questionable decisions throughout the competition, moving objects that shouldn't be moved, taking drops in debatable locations. While these actions might have been technically legal, they pushed the boundaries of sportsmanship. In junior golf, there's an unwritten rule. You don't call out your competitors. Even when you witness questionable behavior, you remain silent. The reasoning? Junior golf emphasizes character development, relationship building, and learning the game. Accusations can destroy reputations, end friendships, and create lasting animosity. Most players, even when they see violations, stay quiet and focus on their own performance. Charlie didn't follow that script. On the 15th hole, after observing yet another questionable drop, Charlie did something unprecedented. He summoned a rules official. In front of spectators and cameras, he reported what he had witnessed, essentially saying there's a problem here that needs to be addressed. This decision represents a seismic moment in junior golf. Technically, Charlie did exactly what the rules require. If you see a violation, you report it. But within the social hierarchy of junior golf, what Charlie did violated a sacred code. The immediate backlash reaction was swift and divided. Some junior golfers labeled Charlie a snitch. Parents of competitors accused him of trying to eliminate competition through technicalities rather than skill. Social media erupted with passionate debates. Half the golf community praised his courage to stand up for fair play. The other half condemned him for violating junior golf etiquette. But this wasn't just about one junior golfer's decision. This was Tiger Woods' son, which elevated the incident to a different level entirely. The deeper questions the incident raised profound questions. Did Tiger advise Charlie to take this action? Was this Tiger's way of teaching aggressive competitiveness? Did Charlie act independently, perhaps against his father's counsel? What does this reveal about the next generation of golfers? Here's what makes this story truly significant. Charlie Woods. Breaking this unwritten rule might be exactly what golf needs. A sports cultural contradiction. Golf has always operated on tradition. honor, and unwritten rules. But sometimes those traditions protect the wrong behaviors. Sometimes those unwritten rules allow questionable conduct to continue because everyone is too polite to speak up. Perhaps Charlie wasn't being a snitch. Perhaps he was being honest in a sport that desperately needs more transparency. Consider this. In basketball, calling out rule violations is expected. In football, reporting infractions is considered good sportsmanship. But in golf, we've created a culture where identifying violations makes you the antagonist instead of the person actually bending the rules. Charlie's decision forced golf to examine uncomfortable questions. Should junior golfers be more willing to report violations? Should fairness take precedence over politeness? Is the traditional approach actually serving the sport, or is it simply protecting those who know how to manipulate the system? The golf establishment struggled to respond coherently. Some organizations quietly supported Charlie, affirming he did exactly what players should do. Others attempted to downplay the incident, suggesting alternative approaches. Tiger Woods remained largely silent publicly, though sources close to the family indicate he's proud of Charlie for having the courage to act on his convictions despite the inevitable backlash, the aftermath, and impact. Charlie didn't just break an unwritten rule, he inadvertently started a movement. Other junior golfers began speaking up about questionable behavior they'd witnessed but been too afraid to report. Parents initiated conversations about the difference between sportsmanship and social survival. Golf organizations began reviewing policies on violation reporting and investigation. An unexpected outcome? Most observers expected college recruitment to decrease after the controversy. Typically, institutions avoid polarizing athletes who bring drama. Interest in Charlie Woods actually intensified. Why? Because in an era where athletic programs seek athletes with genuine character and leadership qualities, Charlie demonstrated he's willing to stand up for his beliefs even when unpopular elite programs aren't just recruiting Charlie for his golf skills anymore. They're recruiting him because he exhibited something that can't be taught in practice: integrity under pressure. He showed that he values fairness over popularity. In college athletics, where scandals seem constant, the character is invaluable. After the rules official reviewed the situation, several violations were confirmed. The competitor received penalty strokes that affected their final tournament standing. While it didn't dramatically alter the outcome, it proved Charlie's observations were accurate. More importantly, the incident exposed deeper issues within junior golf: the tension between tradition and progress, and the generational divide between players who accept that's just how things are done, and players like Charlie who challenge the status quo. Tiger's influence and Charlie's path. Tiger revolutionized professional golf in numerous ways: athletic standards, financial landscape, and accessibility. However, Tiger largely worked within the existing cultural system. Even when it wasn't always equitable, Charlie is charting a different course. He's questioning the culture itself, challenging unwritten rules, and potentially paving the way for a generation of golfers who value transparency and honesty over tradition and politeness. The golf world is shocked not because Charlie did something reprehensible, but because he did something that forces everyone to reconsider long-accepted norms. He held up a mirror to junior golf and asked, "Is this really who we want to be?" The debate continues. Some maintain Charlie was wrong to call out his competitor. Others consider him courageous for standing up for fair play. But regardless of perspective, one truth is undeniable: Charlie Woods is no longer just Tiger Woods' son. He's establishing his own identity with his own values. Willing to make difficult decisions even when they carry serious consequences, Charlie remains ranked 9th in the AJGA. He continues receiving recruitment interest from top colleges. He practices daily, preparing for whatever comes next in his golf career. But now, every time he competes, people watch not just his swing, but his character. Not just his scores, but his decisions. Perhaps that's exactly what golf needs: more players like Charlie willing to do the right thing, even when uncomfortable. Perhaps the sport needs a generation that values integrity as much as tradition. Perhaps breaking the rules, the unwritten ones. At least is exactly what propels the sport forward. Tiger Woods transformed golf by being better than everyone else. Charlie Woods might transform golf by being honest when everyone else remains silent. And that might be an even more significant legacy. The golf world is shocked. Perhaps they should be inspired instead.